Welcome to the OMG Show.
Oh yeah, another day, another episode of the OMG Show. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have an exciting episode called Hook and Sinker. Now, I got the question. The question is, I am just getting started and struggle with the creative side of finding a hook and good copy to pull it all together. And this is something that we all struggle with, especially at the beginning, in terms of how do we write something that is going to both attract and also convert traffic, whether they're cold, warm, or hot. Now, I'm going to focus specifically on cold traffic because you'll find with cold traffic, people that have no idea who you are, haven't purchased from you, etc., those are the hardest people to convert. And if you can convert cold traffic, then converting warm and hot traffic is kind of like a domino effect. It'll just happen. Right now, there's different strategies, of course. It's not just tell them about it and there it is, unless you have some advocates down the road. But for the most part, understanding the principles of finding a hook that works with cold traffic will also help you with warm and hot traffic, right? Those customers that have already purchased from you and are ready to purchase from you again and again. Okay. Now, when it comes to creating a hook, the one go-to that I always use is using my market's own voice. Okay, I want to understand how are they describing their pain points. I want to know what words they are using, what phrases they're using, what exactly are they looking for. Okay, so for example, I might go to Amazon or one of my favorites, Reddit, and search for reviews or what people are saying in Reddit. And I'm going to look at, what specifics are they mentioning, right? So if I go to Amazon and I type in a book for any particular market, I'm going to look at the reviews, focusing on 2 and 4 star reviews. And the reason why is, I've talked about this in past episodes, but 5 stars are typically like your cheerleaders, and 1 star is they're probably just having a bad day. 2 and 4s are kind of, the people you want to look at. And I just want to see what they are describing. What faults did they see, what they liked and didn't like, but more particularly with the specific words that they're using to describe that scenario, that situation, what they liked, what they didn't like. Okay. Now, if let's say you're on Reddit, for example, Reddit's really great because it's like a forum. So you go onto the Reddit boards, you type in whatever topic you're interested in creating a product for or writing some copy for, and you just look at the subreddit and see what people are mentioning. Right. The really cool thing about Reddit is that it works on upvotes and downvotes. So more often than not, the stuff that you see at the top has been voted most by the public, meaning either that a lot of people find this interesting, a lot of people are relating, but in either case, most people are finding this same similarity, right? Now, granted, you are going to have to filter through a lot of different messages to find some golden nuggets, but you're going to find the exact words that people are using, okay? Now, one of the best ways to increase conversions, right, to write a hook is to just simply write in your customer's own voice, right? If they say, I'm having a problem, I need to lose weight in 30 days, right? Then your product can be as simple as how to lose weight in 30 days, right? That's, taking their problem phrase and obviously just flipping it around. Now, I'm oversimplifying this, right? But the example still shows you kind of what you can do with the copy, all right? Sometimes too, it may not be the exact words that your market is saying, but it's something kind of more that about your customer, right? Like I worked with a real estate agent before who wanted second home time buyers, right? So the hook that we used was how to buy your second home without worrying about your first. And we said worry because through the research, right, many people were trying to figure out how do I buy a second home, but they were freaking out about selling their first one or having to deal with their first one, right? They didn't know how to manage, buying and also selling at the same time. In addition, the real estate agent, that's her target market, right? She only wanted the second home time buyers, not the first time home buyers. So a hook also needs to serve you. It does not only have to grab attention from your market, but it also needs to serve you in making sure that you're attracting the right type of people. Okay, now an old marketing / promotion trick that you can use is using, like, let's say if you have a 3-word phrase. I can't, the device is not coming to me at the moment, but it's like customer cash flow creative, right? You see how it all starts with C? Okay, so That was a terrible name, by the way, but it serves to show the purpose that I think it's alliteration, right? Where you have the same repeating phrase or the same, sound repeating over and over. That typically is a good way to name a product or create a product that is going to, attract. Right now, sometimes that works. Sometimes it does sound very cheesy, very like old school, salesy type of thing. So really, what you want to do is name something that excites you. Okay, because more often than not, especially if you're just starting out, most of the customers that you're going to attract are kind of like people whose shoes you've been in before, right? Like, for example, if you're selling weight loss, more often than not, then at some point you might have been overweight and going through that process, and so now you kind of want to help these people along, right? Let's say you're selling dog products. You at some point might have had a dog that suffered from something, and now you're selling dog products to kind of alleviate that, right? So kind of put yourself in their shoes and come up with a cool name that excites you, because if you get excited about it, then it's going to make the overall process of writing copy, creating videos, creating content much more exciting, because now you're invested into it. And when you're invested into something, it can translate emotionally, yes, even through text, through video, for sure, to the receiver, right, your potential customer, and they can feel it off of you. Not only that, but because it's coming from a place where you know that they've been, they're going to get excited about it as well. Okay, now another tip in terms of writing a hook is that you want to make sure that you position your products as proprietary systems. Okay, so meaning that you're the only one in the world that has, this particular system, this particular product. Okay, so for example, one commercial that I see a lot that does this really well is like the purple mattresses. So it's a mattress, but they're always talking about this purple mesh technology or whatever it's called, right? I'm not sure what the name is, but I recall the commercial because they always talk about that proprietary system that makes their mattresses so comfortable, right? Like, you can fall from 10 feet on an egg and not smash it type of thing, right? P90X, the world's top selling at-home fitness program, has what's called muscle confusion, right? So there is like the product that you're selling, but then there's that proprietary system that's attached to that product that allows people to get results, right? So it's like, hey, I'm selling XYZ, but the reason why XYZ works so great is because of this, this, and this. Okay, when you have that proprietary system, it just gives your customer much more confidence. Okay, now what does this deal with, what does this have to do with, a hook? Well, the hook, like what I mentioned before, comes from understanding the pains of your market. But then you have to have kind of like, I've only fished a couple times, right? But the technique, right, to catch a fish differentiates on where you are. And that kind of proprietary system is kind of like that differentiator. Okay, because you can have a great hook, but at the same time, if you're casting it in the wrong pond, or if you're reeling it in too fast or anything like that, you're not going to catch anything. So you need to have the hook, but you also need to have that proprietary system that supports that hook coming through, so that way you can have a well-rounded offer. Okay, and I'm not even talking about the rest of the sales page. I'm just talking about just the hook and that proprietary system. Okay, but if you are currently in the situation where you're trying to figure out how to write some compelling copy that converts, and you're thinking about a hook, just go to the Reddit boards, just go to Amazon, see what people are talking about, and don't overcomplicate it. Okay, you're looking for a headline that is going to attract the person you're trying to sell. All right, so the best way to figure out what to sell them is to just look at what they're complaining about, what the problems are, and then flip that problem upside down, turn it into a solution. Okay, and then once you have that solution, have a proprietary system in place, so that way they can see that you are the go-to, that you have a system, you have a process, that there is an end goal in mind, and therefore now they have a ton of confidence to go ahead and move forward with the purchase. Okay, boom. So that's it for today's episode, Hook and Sinker. Remember, if you like this episode, make sure to go over to oscarmgarcia.com/free to get my free gift to you. It's my ultimate automatic sales system for online businesses. It's going to show you the 4 proven methods to make sure your business runs on autopilot. Boom. Also, it's freezing right now inside this van. If you're watching this, you can obviously see I'm wearing like 10 layers. If you're hearing this, trust me, it's cold. All right, but be on the lookout. I'm going to release tour dates and also the name of the tour soon enough, so that way if I'm coming to a town near you, definitely reach out. I would love to have a meetup, and maybe we can have a nice little marketing party or something like that. But anyways, until then, have a great day. Stay warm out there, unless you're in my home state of Florida. I'll go out and enjoy the beach. But until then, I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast, and make sure you have that proprietary system for your hook. All right, everyone, have a great day. Bye-bye.